moms, welcome to another very interesting video in our series where we continue to understand about the third trimester. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about something that you need to know about your 1 month old baby. So firstly, congratulations that you made it to 1 month. It is an achievement for most mothers who are dealing with sleep deprivation, who are dealing with understanding how to bond with their newborns. So now that you have a little 1 month old in your hand, let's get started about the top 10 things that you need to know about your 1 month old. Now before we get into this video, if you are liking the content that we are sharing with you, please subscribe to our channel. Please like the video, share the video with other new mothers. Most of the time new moms are clueless with what to do with their baby. Is this normal or not? What you should be expecting out of your baby. So videos like this actually help mothers a lot. I am Dr. Mayura. I am a pediatric occupational therapist. I have been working with children from more than 10 years now. So, as a professional working in child health as well as a mother myself, I would like to share my learnings with you so that you are not worried unnecessarily about your baby. So, before getting into the top 10 things, don't forget to like this video or like our channel and subscribe to our channel. Now let's get started. The first thing you need to know about your 1 month old is weight. Now what happens is that immediately after birth your child is going to lose some weight. It's normal. Many times what happens is parents get very worried that, oh, my child was born and he was so chubby and his weight was so much and now he's losing weight. But that's just water weight. It is okay to lose it. Some children lose 300 to 400 grams immediately in the first few days after birth. It's completely normal, but by the end of your 1 month your child should start regaining that weight quite quickly, and by the end of 1 month they do come back to their birth weights. So weight wise it is absolutely okay in the first month to lose some weight, and then they quickly regain that weight back. Now post 1 month your child would be putting on 300 to 400 grams every month. This is also a ballpark figure because every child is different, so your child needs to be consistently putting on weight after the first month. So please be in touch with your pediatrician. Definitely take your child for all their well baby checkups, because you will understand if the weight gain is going on fine or not. After 1 month the weight will continue to increase. There is no loss in weight unless there is a health condition, but every month your child should be consistently putting on 300 to 400 grams. It doesn't, sometimes formula fed babies do end up putting on a little bit more than breastfed ones because of the amount of fat content which is different in formula and breast milk. But regardless of that, your baby should be putting on weight consistently every month. Now the second thing is potty. Now I'm sure every mother has googled about potty after their baby's birth. So let me tell you what to expect from a 1 month old. Immediately after birth you're going to see that your child's potty is blackish in color. This is normal. This is called as meconium. Meconium is something that is produced inside the child when the child is inside the womb. Now once the child has taken birth, they will be excreting this meconium in the first initial few days. Now after 1 month, when your child is already 1 month old, the potty is going to start changing color. So it changes from black color to somewhere mustard yellow in color. Mustard yellow is usually the color for breastfed babies. If your child is on formula, then the potty can also be a bit greenish in color. So there is a variety of colors which are considered normal. Anything between say greenish to yellowish color potty is considered normal. At 1 month of age, your child should be passing, say, there's a lot of normal which is considered at this age. There are some babies who would be doing potty after every feed, and there are some babies who would be doing potty once in 3 to 4 days. So all of this is considered normal. There's a big normal, so you don't need to get worried if your child has not done potty in one day. It's okay to not pass it unless your child is not showing any signs of discomfort or constipation. Otherwise it's normal. So a 1 month old doing potty 3 to 4 times a day is also normal, and a 1 month old doing potty once in 3 to 4 days is also normal. Now the consistency of the potty, it can also vary. So some of it can be pretty watery, especially if your child is breastfed, or the potty can be a little bit thicker in consistency. This is also normal. So you should know that there are a lot of changes that are going to happen in your baby's life in the first 6 months, and it is good to know what is comes into the purview of being accepted and normal. So potty happening after every feed is also normal. So don't think that, oh, my baby is having diarrhea or something like that. Diarrhea is completely different, and it is quite rare in a breastfed baby. So if your baby is breastfed especially and they are passing potty after every meal, that is also fine, it is normal. um, unless you are seeing something like blood in the potty, definitely go to a pediatrician. But the consistency, the number of times that they do potty, and what is the texture of the potty like, there is a big range of normal in that, like I told you just some time back. Now coming to the third important thing that you need to know about your 1 month old, which is feeding. Now, how many times do you need to feed your 1 month old? What is normal intake for a 1 month old? Now, if your baby is breastfed, uh, what is usually said is that you feed them on demand. Means if they are asking for a feed, you feed them. But it's very normal for a 1 month old baby to be fed every 2 to 3 hours, even in the night. In the night it can happen that sometimes, if your baby is formula fed, they can stay full for a little bit longer, but breastfed babies would need you to feed them every 2 to 3 hours. You should not be waking up your baby to feed unless your baby has weight issues, like weight gain issues, or if you have been specifically told by your pediatrician to wake up your baby and feed your baby. But if not, then you should ideally allow them to sleep. They will wake up when they are hungry. So feeding them on demand is what you should be doing. Every time they are waking up, it's okay to feed them. Many newborns at 1 month old do something called as cluster feeding. Now what is cluster feeding? This happens very commonly in a breastfed baby. Cluster feeding means that when the child is in the waking hours, they are going to feed little more. So you might think, oh, I just fed the baby, why is it crying again, why am I supposed to feed the baby again? Keep doing it. If baby is demanding it, keep doing it. Many times baby in the waking hours or in the day hours would cluster feed, that is feed in small intervals again and again. They might feed for little bit time and sleep off, again wake up, feed, sleep off, feed, sleep off. So this kind of cycle, they repeat it over a few hours. This is normal because they would then not feed for some time, or they do this a lot when there is some kind of a growth spurt, or they are going through a little change. Cluster feeding is very normally seen in the first year of your baby's life. So be prepared to know that it's okay. Some days if your baby is feeding a little bit more, or little more often in the daytime or in their waking hours, it is absolutely normal. So at 1 month of age, your child should be feeding every 2 to 3 hours, even in the night. Now, how do you make this easy on yourself? Now, if you're breastfeeding, you directly, can do a side latch wherein, you sleep sideways and you hold the baby to your breast and you feed the baby. So you do not even have to wake up to feed the baby. But if you're formula feeding, keep everything ready. So you keep a hot water, a thermos next to you, and your formula and your sterilized bottles next to you. You have to mix the formula then and there and feed. Formula should never be kept out. So do not prepare it in advance and keep it. You prepare it then and there and feed it to the baby. So what will save your time is to make everything ready and keep it at your bedside beforehand. Hot water in a thermos, your formula powder and your sterilized feeding bottles. Keep it ready so that you just have to mix it and give it to the baby. Usually when babies are waking up in the night and crying, it is distressing for the mother, and you would be like, let me just do this quickly. But don't worry, it's okay. Like, even if you are taking like 2 to 3 minutes to prepare your formula bottle, it's fine. But prepare it fresh. Do not prepare it beforehand and keep it thinking that as soon as baby is up I will give it, because there is a high chance that the formula can be spoiled and it can cause some kind of a stomach upset in the baby. Coming to the fourth point that you need to know about your 1 month old: sleep. How much should the baby be sleeping at 1 month of age? Now, 1 month old babies need to sleep somewhere around 18 to 22 hours out of 24 hours. 18 to 24 hours. Now you would think, wow, 18 to 24 hours they are sleeping, that is so amazing. But the fact is that they never sleep this much amount at a stretch. They are going to sleep this in bits and pieces. So the total amount of sleep that your child needs to get is definitely 18 to 24 hours, but your child is never going to sleep this much at a stretch. So they would sleep for say 2 hours and then wake up. Then their wake windows would be say half an hour to 45 minutes, and then they would again go off to sleep. So definitely 18 to 22 hours of sleep your child should be clocking in a 24-hour day. Some children definitely sleep little bit longer in the nights. Some children would be sleeping little bit longer in the daytimes and staying more awake in the night. So what can you do? Now what is advised is that so since your child is just out of the womb, they are not aware of the circadian rhythm, which means that they don't know it's morning and they don't know it's night time, because inside your womb there is no day and night. It is just uh, one time for them for the whole time. So what you can do is that help them understand the circadian rhythm, especially their brains. So when it is morning time, you can keep the windows little bit open, you can keep natural daylight in the rooms. When it is night, you black out the rooms completely so that it's pitch dark. There should be no sound at all. In the mornings you can continue to speak, you can continue to do the activities of the day. In the night time, talk softly to the baby, keep everything dim, keep everything low, so that their nervous system starts understanding that there is a difference. Keep telling the baby that even if the baby is waking up in the night, just shush the baby back to sleep. So they don't allow them to be completely active and completely playful in the night. Even if they have woken up, don't engage a lot with the baby. Let them just feed them. Anyways, a 1 month old doesn't need a lot of engagement. So feed, keep it very minimum, keep everything low and dim, so that brain starts understanding that there is a difference between day and night. Slowly the baby will start sleeping little longer in the night time, and the wake hours in the daytime will increase. Do not expect this any time before 3 months. So but you have to start it right from your first month. So for your 1 month old, remember that the total sleep amount should be between 18 to 22 hours in the day. They take this sleep in breaks, so they are not going to sleep at a stretch, and try to mimic daytime and nighttime conditions for the child, so that they start understanding that there is a difference, and there is some expectation when nighttime occurs and they are supposed to be calmer during the night. Now coming to the fifth point, which is what is the development that you can expect from your baby. Now obviously we know that 1 month olds are just in their fourth trimester, which means that they are not even aware that they are born yet. So obviously we do not expect too much from these babies. However, some amount of sensory development you are going to see. Now the a big sensory development you are going to see in their auditory senses, which is their sense of listening, as well as their olfactory sense, which is their sense of smell. Now newborns, you know uh, they do not have a very strong vision, which means that your newborn is not able to see clearly yet. Your 1 month old is not able to see clearly yet. They can see in black and white, they can see little dizzy, hazy, and they are mainly looking at some kind of a contrast. So when your newborn is looking at you, they are looking behind you at the contrast. So if your background is a little brighter, they would be focusing somewhere there. They are just trying to focus, which is why they say that hold baby like this and go close to the baby to speak, because their vision is not that great yet, because of which they can't see beyond a certain distance and they cannot see colors. So do not expect a lot from visual sense just yet. Definitely you might see that your newborn is looking past you somewhere. They are just looking at the contrast between you and your background, and it's completely normal. Don't think that there's something wrong with their vision or anything like that. Your newborn's vision is supposed to be that way. Coming to the sense of smell. Now they have a very good sense of smell at 1 month of age. They recognize you from your smell. As soon as your baby is born, they give skin to skin contact with the mother, because the newborn recognizes you from your smell. That is why skin to skin is very, very crucial for bonding with your newborn, with your 1 month old. Mother and father are encouraged to do this, because it helps the newborn to recognize you. The newborn also recognizes the smell of breast milk, so they know where they are going to find breast milk from. It is extremely important to keep your baby close to you, because that sense of smell helps them feel secure and safe. That's how they recognize you. They are not seeing you yet, but that smell helps them to recognize you and feel safe. If you cannot like hold the baby all the time, you can baby wear. Nowadays there are a lot of amazing baby wraps available, so definitely invest in this and baby wear. Help the baby keep close to you, because this helps the baby to calm down. Okay. Coming to the sense of smell is what you need to focus on, and you need to focus on the sense of hearing, which is the auditory sense. Okay. uh, the auditory sense is also developing quite well in your 1 month old. So talk, talk, talk. Talk to baby, read books to baby, sing lullabies to the baby, keep telling the baby what are you doing. So I'm going to change your diaper now, mama loves you so much. All these things, you might think that, oh, what is this, what is a 1 month old going to understand? But no, your baby is not only picking up language, but they are picking your voice, and the sound of a mother's voice and a father's voice also is very calming to the baby. Now you imagine that for 9 months the only world that this baby knew was your womb, and womb is like so secure, there is nothing that is going to disturb the baby. And now suddenly they are thrown into a world which has light and sound, and baby cannot see things yet. There is a temperature difference, hot, cold. How is the baby supposed to adjust with all of this? Even feeding, sleeping, all these things used to happen automatically in your womb through your umbilical cord. But now baby has to even do that. You have to feed, you have to wake up, you have to do potty. All these things are effort, and you imagine how hard it would be for a 1 month old. So these are small, small things that help the baby feel secure, that yes, I might be in a newer place now, but I still have that security and safety that was there in the womb. So talk, 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 talk to your baby as much as you can. Sing song voices help the brain understand more. That's what research has shown. So you can speak in a sing song voice, that Yes, let's do this. We are going to go for a walk now. We are going to go and play together in the swing today. You want to read a book with me? So this kind of a modulation, up and down modulation, helps your newborn to focus on your voice a bit more. So definitely do that with your baby. Now, coming to the eighth important point, which is reflexes. Now, this is something all mothers of newborns should be aware of. Reflexes are like normal things that your newborn will be born with. This helps your newborn to adjust to life outside the womb. Now, there are four reflexes that your newborn will show, and you have to be aware of this. One is startle reflex. Startle reflexes, as if there's a loud noise, your baby goes like this, like in full extension. It's normal. This is their nervous system telling them that there is a loud noise. It's okay. The next reflex is Moro reflex. Moro reflex is if the baby's head is unsupported, the baby again goes into this extended position. So you can see that when newborns are kept in their cradles, they might jerk. Sometimes if they are sleeping, they might just jerk. This is the reason why you need to swaddle the baby. Always swaddle your baby because it helps your baby to feel secure. It keeps the limbs close to their body, because of which this reaction, extension reaction, is not going to happen. So swaddling is important for the first 3 months, especially till your child starts rolling over. Once your child rolls over, you have to stop the swaddling. But if you want your baby to have a comfortable sleep without startle reflex and Moro reflex disturbing their sleep, swaddling is definitely recommended. Okay. The third reflex is sucking reflex. Now, if you put anything close to your baby's mouth, they are going to suck. It's considered normal because this helps the child feed. This helps it to latch to the breast or to the nipple of the bottle, and it helps your child to feed. So suck reflex, very normal. It helps your child even self-soothe. It helps your child calm down because it helps them feel secure, which is why many mothers start giving their baby pacifiers. You cannot keep feeding them all the time. That's why a pacifier mimics the sucking reflex for the baby and helps them to calm down. And the fourth important reflex is rooting reflex. Now, rooting reflex is that if you touch the baby's corner of the mouth, the baby starts turning their head that side. Okay, this is also normal. This is so that the baby can find the breast. So, since the baby is not able to see clearly yet, these reflexes help the baby to know where is the source of the milk, where even if you put the nipple of the bottle close to the baby's mouth, they will turn to that side and they can start sucking. So these reflexes help the baby to get milk, and they are completely normal. So sucking reflex and rooting reflex, it's needed for the baby. Startle and Moro are also normal, and just so that they should not interfere with sleep. So because baby might just startle and wake up, it's good to swaddle the baby. Okay. Now, another thing, the last thing that you need to know is that what to do about your umbilical cord. Now, obviously, for your 1 month old, in the first month of your baby's life, you need to know umbilical cord care. You would have heard lot of stuff, right? That put ghee in it and put oil in it and all of this. What pediatricians recommend is that you don't need to do anything. The umbilical cord will, that stump will dry and fall off on its own. You do not need to do anything for it. Just keep it dry. That's it. See that even if you are wearing a diaper or anything, or any clothes, they are not interfering or coming on top of it. Just keep it dry and undisturbed. It dries up and falls on its own within like say 15 days to 20 days. It will fall off on its own. So do not disturb the umbilical cord stump at all. It needs no extra anything from your end. It will just go off by itself, and your navel will be formed automatically. The baby's navel will be formed automatically. So keep the umbilical cord stump dry and keep it undisturbed. Do not put anything extra in it. Only if you are seeing some kind of a discharge or a pus formation, then you ask the pediatrician. Otherwise, it doesn't need any kind of extra, attention from your end. With this, your 1 month old milestones are done. This is all that you need to know about your 1 month old. As far as play is concerned, you do not have to play anything great with your 1 month old yet, because they are still, adjusting to life outside the womb. What you can do is talk to the baby a lot, show them books, which would be black and white. Even if you don't do that, it's fine. Close, holding baby close to you is very important. So rocking the babies, holding the baby, massaging the baby, these are very very good bonding activities for your 1 month old. More than this, they don't require any kind of special playtime, or they don't require any kind of special toys. They just would be feeding, sleeping, and in the wake hours they would need some kind of a bonding time with you. So I hope that you found this video very useful, and I hope that your fears or your worries about your 1 month old are resolved through this video. If there is anything that is out of this and which is concerning you, definitely talk to your pediatrician about it. Your baby is going to continue to grow and develop really really amazingly in the coming months. So stay tuned, because in the next video I'm going to tell you about 10 amazing things about your 2 month old baby. And 2 months old do lot of stuff. 1 month olds would be sleeping, and but 2 months old would be doing some things. And you can also do certain things to help your baby develop after 2 months. So stay tuned and wait for the next video, because it's going to be very very interesting. Bye.